Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue to look at legendary creatures printed in Foundations. One of my favorite reprints in this set is Balmor, Battle Mage Captain. So today we'll have a 2-deck special, one with a $50 budget and the other with no budget. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Balmor, Battle Mage Captain is a 2-mana 1/3 legendary bird wizard with flying. Whenever we cast an instant or sorcery spell, Balmor gives creatures we control +1/+0 and trample until the end of our turn. Now, we could go pure prowess with this deck. Prowess creatures are strong, and Balmor basically doubles their triggers. But I decided I wanted to go with tokens instead. Cards like Talran Sky Summoner, Third Path Iconoclast, or Shark Typhoon all generate a ton of creatures whenever you have a deck designed to cast a ton of cheap spells. And the more spells we cast, the bigger our creatures get. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. One of my favorite products Ultimate Guard has is their Xenoskin Sidewinder. The Sidewinder has a soft microfiber lining as well as the rugged Xenoskin shell we've all come to love. While the Sidewinder isn't a new product, they are now available in the limited Bloomborough print, like this Lumra one seen here. Find out if your local game store carries Ultimate Guard products, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. Quick note on Cantrips and Commander. Longtime viewers will already know my opinion, but since it's relevant to the video, we should talk about it again. It is okay to cut lands for cantrips, usually at the rate of 2 cantrips replacing 1 land. But you want your cantrips to do more than just replace lands. Opt scrying 1 and drawing 1 for 1 mana is not good enough to run in Commander. But when you have a deck like this, led by a creature that rewards us for casting instants and sorceries, and a bunch of other cards in the deck that make creatures whenever we cast an instant or sorcery, cantrips are exactly what we want. So, since we're running a bunch of cantrips, our land count will naturally be lower than usual. What do I mean? Usually when building a Commander deck, I recommend following a checklist. Something like this. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. But with a deck like today's, our numbers will be a little off. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming with my son over on Musings by Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Let's start with our budget deck. Our land base consists of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Sulphur Falls, Ferris Lake, Cascade Bluffs, Shivan Reef, Frostboil Snarl, Temple of Epiphany, Is It Boilerworks, Scavenger Grounds, Myriad Landscape, Evolving Wilds, Terramorphic Expanse, 9 Islands, and 8 Mountains. Not too shabby for a budget deck. Our mana ramp consists of Stormkiln Artist, Stormcatch Mentor, Goblin Electromancer, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Creativity, Izzet Signet, Sky Diamond, Fire Diamond, Mind Stone, Felwar Stone, Solemn Simulacrum, Wayfarer's Bauble, Runaway Steamkin, and Rowan Scholar of Sparks. A good mix of mana rocks and cost reducers. For card advantage, we've got Archmage Emeritus, Unexpected Windfall, Big Score, and Teferi's Ageless Insight. But we've also got a rather impressive cantrip package in Balduvian Rage, Brainstorm, Careful Study, Consider, Crash Through, Crimson Wisps, Enter the Enigma, Expedite, Faithless Looting, Frantic Search, Leap, Magmatic Insight, Obsessive Search, Opt, Peak, Portent, Preordain, Serum Visions, Thought Scour, and Warlord's Fury. Lots of ways to dig through our deck and trigger our permanents. Our interaction and spot removal package consists of Unsummon, Into the Royal, Chaos Warp, Dazzling Denial, Negate, Snap, Resculpt, Counterspell, Abrade, Izzet Charm, Reality Shift, An Offer You Can't Refuse, and Prismari Command. Lots of ways to protect our cards and destroy our opponent's cards. For board wipes, we've got Aetherize and Blasphemous Act. Keeping it simple. The core of our deck consists of Adeliz the Cinderwind, Talran Sky Summoner, Young Pyromancer, Third Path Iconoclast, Murmuring Mystic, Shark Typhoon, Saheeli Sublime Artificer, Ovika Enigma Goliath, Jaya Fiery Negotiator, Eris Roar of the Storm, Empty the Warrens, Dragon Fodder, and Goblin Wizardry. Supporting our plan, we've also got Thousand Year Storm, Haze of Rage, and Arcane Bombardment. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 45 mana sources split between 30 lands and 15 pieces of ramp. A little low, but it's fine because we're also running 24 pieces of card advantage, split between 4 standard and 20 cantrips. 13 pieces of interaction. 1 piece of graveyard hate in Scavenger Grounds. 1 Sudden Eye win card in Haze of Rage. Haze of Rage goes nuts on our deck, especially if we cast it multiple times in a single turn. Assuming we've got a decent board full of creatures, we can cast it with buyback and kill at least one player, if not the entire board. Now, I did want to warn you about this deck if you're thinking of building it. There will be games where you only draw cards that create creatures. There will be games where you cast dozens of cantrips but never find one of your creatures. This deck is chaotic and perfectly encapsulates the mad science that Izzet excels at. But every once in a while, this deck comes together beautifully. You've got the counterspell to stop the board wipe, you spend a turn or two building up an army of creatures, and then, when the time comes, you storm off and destroy your opponents. All the times when you're frustrated that your deck didn't work will seem like dust in the wind. In fact, you may like this deck so much that you'll want to start throwing upgrades at it. Better lands, like fetches, shocks, and the like. Better mana producers like Urabrask and Birgi, God of Storytelling. Better interaction like Fierce Guardianship and Cyclonic Rift. Better card advantage like Rhystic Study and Underworld Breach. Better creature creators like Rite of the Dragoncaller and Metallurgic Summonings. Don't worry, I'll have links to both decks down below, I just didn't see the point of going over the entire second deck. It's basically the same as the budget deck, just with more powerful cards. Do you have a Balmor Battle Mage Captain deck? What about a deck built around cantrips? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Borgie, Nazwin, Konga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Austin, William Pye, Kazaris, Booksu, Patrick, Travis, Naffy, Noodle, Tiz, Art, Kiki Jiki, Gabriel, and Richard. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.